Get ready for the Squawking Eagles Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Eagles have just kicked off. All the other games have just kicked off, but I'm watching the Eagles. What a beautiful start. They kicked off to defer, so they'll get the ball in the second half. Kick start to the flag. You know, that's how we have a good time. Kick didn't reach the landing zone, so cool beans. On my other screen, though, I also have the Atlanta and New York Giants game because I want to see how Michael Penix does in his first game. Welcome to the league, rookie. And I'm watching Cleveland and Cincinnati, and Cleveland is already trying to hurt Cincinnati, and there's a huge run down to the 10-yard line. I got all the games on, ladies and gentlemen. We're watching all of them, but the birds are most important. Birds are the big screen, taking over the whole thing. We're going to come in here. Defense about to lock them up. Let's go, birds. And that is how you start a great game against a rivalry in the same division. Shutting them down on fourth down when they're going for it. Our men burst through that line, grabbed Brian Robinson, and told him to stay put. And now our birds come out with less than 50 yards to go to try to score our first touchdown of the game. Let's go, birds.
Eagles offense looking pretty good now. You can see that AJ and Jalen want to connect. They want to score touchdowns here. Defense looking good. Stop. Touchdown, Saquon Barkley. What a drive. Eagles offense just hitting on everything. Some penalties on Washington help, but Eagles up 6-0, and here comes the extra point. And Eagles 7-0. Let's go, birds.
Welcome to the Washington Commanders versus the Eagles game. And the Eagles on their first defensive possession as they start the game on defense stop Washington on a 4th down and 1. Defense came to play today. The Eagles drive down the field and punch in the ball with Saquon. Although there was one play where AJ took the shot to the end zone, or Jalen took a shot to AJ in the end zone. Devontae Smith was wide open. Questioning what he's seeing out there right now, but maybe they just wanted to stretch the field out to get Saquon going. Eagles up 7-0. They scored in the first quarter. Yes, they did.
Saquon down the field. A few great plays by the offense, and then you give it to Barkley, who puts it in the end zone. What a happy man. It's a great start to the day. Birds stop the Commanders on their first drive. We march right down the field and take a 7-point lead. This feels like a great day, Eagles fans. Let's go, birds. Oh, buddy, let's go, birds. Jalen Carter said, "Excuse me, you dropped this," strips the ball, and Nolan Smith said, "Don't worry, my guy. I got you. We're dogs. We're bird dogs. Let's go, birds." I love this game. Every Eagles fan except Mike of this podcast is loving this game. Mike, you were wrong. Let's go, birds.
Eagles defense not allowing Washington to do anything today. Jalen Carter punches out the ball. Eagles with another turnover. These guys definitely came to play today. Let's go, making a statement. Let's go get that division title. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if any of the other boys have mentioned this, but how about Jalen coming out with the 2 shoes again, with kind of an FU to the league for the fine for having 2 different type of shoes on. I like Jalen's mentality right now. Let's go.
Who would have thought Pickett to Brown for a touchdown? Eagles going up 13-6 with a field goal coming. Looks like Jalen might have gotten a little bit of a concussion. Maybe. I don't know. They keep checking him. Hopefully he'll be back next series. Let's go, birds.
So we get that ball back. We start driving down the field. Hurts with a couple crazy runs. Then a little bump to the head has him pulled out by the unofficial or the third party official, whatever the mental health official, whatever it is. So he comes out and Kenny Pickett comes in and hey, Kenny Pickett does what he's got to do for us. Gets that ball to A.J. Brown, the one and only Brown coming in for a touchdown. Birds up 14-0. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Let's go, Eagles. Defense. Also, hey Mike, you might by the end of this game owe Slay an apology. If he keeps playing like this, goodness gracious, that man is on fire today. Our defense is looking so good. I love this defense. Eagles, Eagles, let's go Birds. Well, as great as it was to see the offense looking good, when you have small hands, Pickett throws picks, and at quarterback, you have to figure we're going to throw a pick eventually. Now the defense has a much tougher task on them because Pickett picks a lot. Pickett just picks, which is great times because he just loves throwing picks and ruining everyone's day. Why is he on the team? I'd so much rather Tanner McKee in there right now. Just get rid of Pickett. Let's pick him up and drop him off somewhere because he picks up picks all the time. All right, that's enough of a rant, but go Birds. Come on, defense, lock this up.
That was not roughing the passer on Milton Williams. Joke. The referees must want to keep this game close is what's happening. I'm not giving that touchdown. I'm not blaming the defense on that. The referees helped with that one. Eagles up still 14-7. Let's hope Jalen is back in there and put up another 7 points, go up 21-7. Let's go, Birds.
Confusion on what's going on with Jalen Hurts. Take him off for a concussion protocol. Allow him to come back on the field, helmet on. Take him back to the sideline. He's now in the locker room as the Eagles attempt to drive with Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett throws an interception, and Washington capitalizes on the drive. CJ allowing the touchdown in the back of the end zone.
Well, after Kenny Pickett's failure and then 2 terrible penalties by our defense, we pretty much gave the Commanders that touchdown. Still somehow almost stopped them, but, when it comes down to it, they scored. And we got to get back on top of this, boys. Kenny Pickett, I swear, bro, you better fix your stuff or get the hell out of Philadelphia. Technically, you're not in Philadelphia, but you know what I mean, because you're driving me up a wall with your terrible play. Why you even came to our team in the first place, I'll never understand. It. It was a terrible decision. Hurts, get healthy or stay healthy, my guy. And defense, I can blame you for the penalties, but you also dealt with some baloney there. Let's limit it to just that one, boys. Come on, Birds. Let's go.
It looks like Jalen might not be coming back, but Saquon for a touchdown was at 70 yards. I'll take it. Eagles going up 21-7. Let's go, Birds.
Saquon, let's go Birds. Oh, what a beautiful run. He said, Hurts, are you not feeling well? I got you. Pickett's up throwing picks. Give me the ball. I got this. Give me that time. Give me that rock. Rumbles down that field. Puts up another 6 points on the board. And now, of course, Jake the Make's going out there to put that extra point up. Birds winning this game. Let's go, Eagles. They're going to sit here with me real quick. We're going to get that 20. We're going to get the 21. We got that 21-7. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Beautiful 70-yard run by Saquon Barkley. Just running through that gap all the way down the field. Saying to everyone, hey, I'm an Eagle and I'm here to win games. Let's go, Birds.
Put a little conspiracy out there for you, boys. Jalen Hurts wears 2 different shoes again. He said, screw the fines, I'll do it again. He looks like he has a hit to the ground that maybe is too hard. And the NFL's like, get him out of there. And they're like, yeah, keep him out of the game. Is this like a conspiracy theory to like, here, Jalen Hurts, you want to screw us, and we're going to screw you? What do you think, boys?
Well, that was a crazy first quarter. Birds looking tough. Scary Terry, you can eat it. Got all hype off his third reception of the game, ended up not counting because he was cheating. Because what teams have to do to try to beat our Birds. Just listen to our little clip here from Mike. And, Mike, I can't say it is. I think the mental health evaluator guy is supposed to be a third party. Like the hit was rough, hurts a little interesting. I know Jordan Apparel, whatever their brand, the Jordan brand agreed that they were going to pay all the fines. So you know what? Let it be. Let it be. I think other people get away with a lot more. Kind of like all the holding being held up against Carter. They might hate us, but they hate us because they hate us. That's just how it's going to go. If it is a conspiracy, if they're just out to get us, then they can be out to get us. We're still going to win. Let's go, Birds. So, flag was fly. That penalty on CJGJ, unreal. He must have used some ridiculous language. The ref is right there, watches a blatant penalty by Washington, and goes, yeah, no, it's on the Eagles. I'm shocked. I would love to hear them mic'd up in that conversation, because that's insane. Wow. I mean, you're never allowed to put your hands on someone's face, on their face mask at any point. He's laughing about it. He knows he got away with it. That's crazy. This is a crazy game. I don't know, Mike. Maybe you do got something on the conspiracies. Maybe they really hate us, because that's unreal. This is the second bullshit call this drive. He barely touches the man. He trips over him, and they're calling that person. Oh, my God. I've never wanted to be like, oh, they really are out for the Eagles. This is unreal looks right now, boys. They really are looking bad. That was a fumble while I'm recording this, and I think the Birds got it. I truly think the Birds just recovered that fumble. Let's go, Birds! Yeah, eat it, Washington. Eat it. Refs, stop trying to penalize us on baloney. The Birds are here to win this game. Cooper DeJean with the recovery. Another fumble from a phenomenal running back. Shocking, honestly. But let's get it, boys. Let's go.
That's an interesting theory there, Mike. Be interesting to see if he comes back and wears regular colored shoes and gets back into the game. That's the only way we can tell. But what a game so far. 70-yard run by Saquon Barkley was spectacular. He's back on pace to break that single season rushing record. So let's see him do it.
This just in, Jalen Hurts is out. It is now Kenny Pickett's game. Eagles ball 21-7. Let's go, Kenny.
Kenny Pickett, your throw might not have been great, but here to start our drive in the second quarter, A.J. Brown says, I got you, my guy, and pretty much in double coverage to an underthrown ball, turns around and says, that's mine, thank you. And now we're marching down the field again. Let's go, Birds. Kenny Pickett, I get it. Awareness is so bad, bud. Not only did he have time in the pocket, but he also had a moment for Calcaterra and Brown both open and just didn't throw the ball. It's rough play, rough reads. We're on their side of the field. We're going to punt this. It's ridiculous. Hopefully the punt goes well. Hopefully it goes around the 4 or 5 yard line. Defense can hopefully step it up, get the ball right back, and we can try to put some more points on the board. Let's go, Birds. No more penalties. 10:29 left in the second quarter. Let's keep dominating, boys. Let's go. Slay does his Slay thing. Lets up a big play. Then we have a couple weird injuries. Dean goes down. Third down. And what do you know? Our D-line says, not today, boy. Blows through the D-line, or goes through the O-line. Brings down Rodriguez. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 4. And we're ready for it. Are we ready for it? Can we get him? Oh, no. Daniels with the scramble to get the first down because we were not ready for it. Well, Birds, it was a great start. Let's keep it up now. Come on, Birds. Just a few minutes left in the half here. I don't even know the clock because the clock's not on right now. But we just weren't ready for that scramble. It was a crazy little maneuver. And without Dean there, we didn't quite have the linebacker capability to read it. So hopefully he comes back soon.
Well, the Eagles allow Terry McLaurin into the end zone. Guantanamo Bay allows the touchdown. Eagles still up 24-14. Washington attempting to make this a game. Jalen Hurts has been ruled out for the game with a concussion. So, you know what we say, run the ball, you win the game.
Well, Guantanamo, you let one in there. That's, I didn't see the rest of the play, but I saw the end of the play. Well, I saw the play, but it only shows, like, the last end of it. I don't know if something else happened in the middle of that play, but that's on you, my guy. You were there on Scary Terry. I'm disappointed in that because I like Scary Terry when he is scared of us, not making scary things. All right, well, the game's still going. We're looking good. We got this. Birds, keep it up. Offense, let's make something happen. Keep this dominance and win this game. Come on, Birds. So I think the biggest takeaway I have right now is how vitally important having a proper backup quarterback is. I know it sounds like, I'm biased, but I'm going to say particularly I think Mariota last year, was or last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was a phenomenal backup for us because you still had to respect his style of play. Whereas right now there's no respect. They know Kenny Pickett can't throw. They know he can't scramble, so they're going to run the ball. They're going to blitz him a lot more because they know he's not going to throw an accurate ball. He's not going to be able to look for it. And if he breaks through the scramble, there's no chance he's going to break through the blitz to scramble. I'm not saying we need to have Mariota. I'm saying in general, having a quarterback that has this equal style of play to Hurts, not even at his level, just the style, makes a huge difference because there's a whole different level of respect that comes into that. When you're playing up against a guy whose hands are smaller than mine, who has a history of throwing picks, can't scramble, can't see the play, like what respect do you have? You're going to look at all that and be like, this is an easy game. Like, we're dominating this team, and then Hurts goes down, and suddenly the entire opposing team goes, well, this is easy. We're playing against probably the worst quarterback in the league. Why is he even in the league? Nobody knows. He played at Pittsburgh, was garbage. I mean, dude, Pittsburgh has never been a good team in college. The guy had no chance to make the NFL. The Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him out of pure, just local boy feel bad syndrome. I don't know exactly what. And then for some reason we got him. The worst move Howie's made in years with picking up Kenny crap throw, can't throw anything but a picket. Like, that's a garbage level quarterback. Why is he even on the field? Get him off. I guarantee you I can throw the ball better than that man. This is ridiculous. And I'm a fat old 32-year-old. This is ridiculous. Defense has to work 10 times harder now. Come on, Birds. I love how there is a rule in the NFL that you can't block below the waist for the exact reason that it causes too many injuries. And yet they have they showed, I wanted to wait for them to show the replay. They show the replay that they clearly dive to block Jordan Davis below the waist at the knees. And he gets hurt and there's nothing. It's really unreal when we see like the ridiculous penalties called on us and penalties like that are so blatantly obvious they're not called. I mean, it's a angle to purposely hurt somebody. Mind blowing. Either way, come on, Birds. I'm already getting really sick of Kenny Pickett. I'm sure I've ranted enough about him for you guys, but it's driving me nuts. And between that and the way that the penalties are going, it's a weird game when we start off so hot just to have so much get thrown against us. But us Birds fight their adversity. We need to win this game. We're about to win every game. I believe in this team. Get it done, Eagles. Get it done. We punt the ball, and Jaden Daniels says, you know what? I don't want this ball. CJGJ, here you go. And we get a nice little pick, followed by a great little fight in the middle of the field because, I'm sure it's going to end up with a penalty on the Eagles. That's just normal. A lot of shit happening with Jalen Carter. But CJGJ with the pick. Great stuff, Birds. Offense, please put some points on the board. Please. I'd love to be 28-14. Go to the half and then get the ball back. So, let's go, Birds.
CJGJ comes up with the pick, but the offense sputters out, unable to convert any points from it. Looking like they're about to punt, 4th and 4. Commanders are making this an interesting game. Well, the Eagles convert that 4th and 4. Looks like they're going to go for the field goal here. Looks like it's going to be, 56-yard field goal is good. No good. Just short. Damn it.
So the end of the first half, we are up 21-14. We do get the ball back, but I'll be honest, it's not looking good. While the team looks great as a whole, the difference our team looks with Pickett at quarterback versus Hurts is so vast. It truly looks like we took out a professional quarterback and we put in like a backup at some college who you just don't expect to know how to play the game. There's no respect for how he's going to play the game because they know he's not good. He doesn't belong in the NFL. There's nothing, there's no question on what he's going to do. There's no secret sauce. There's no, oh my God, he might do this. He might scramble. He might throw left-handed. He might throw a deep ball. He's going to throw quick under routes if he can. He's going to throw the ball away or he's going to hand it off. So everything's going to be 10 yards and under 90% of the time. You don't got to worry about a deep ball. He doesn't have it in him. The man's got no arm strength, no accuracy. It's a tough game. Because now our offense has to work 10 times harder, particularly our O-line and Barkley, and our defense is going to be on the field a lot more than they were because our offense is going to struggle the rest of the game. What felt like was going to be a blowout is now going to be a tight game, and not because it should be. It's the amount of penalties and our absolute dog shit excuse for a backup quarterback. The year we won the Super Bowl, one of the biggest things was how our backup could come in and play a game. Now, granted, Foles didn't play the same style as Wentz. However, our offense, our coordinator time, made the adjustment of the playbook to suit Foles. We don't have that adjustment of a playbook for someone that's just absolutely dog shit at the game. Like, there's no playbook that says, hey, look, when you have the worst quarterback in the league, do this. It doesn't work. You need some kind of skill set at quarterback to win games. And since we don't have that, we're struggling. Hurts, this better be an absolute microcosm of a miniature concussion. We need you back because clearly we can't win games without you. I mean, we might still win this game, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look good. I mean, Pickett is really looking bad. Thank God our defense is as strong as it is. I just have to really hope that because of our reliance on Barkley and the run game, the rest of the game, that no one else gets hurt to make up for Pickett's absolute horrific inability to play games. So we'll see how it goes. Birds, second half, we get the ball. Let's go. All right, defense stepping up. Cooper DeJean looking more like DeJean again, forcing that fumble. And Nolan Smith with the recovery. Birds, let's go.
Well, Jake Elliott able to make a 24-yard field goal because the Eagles couldn't punch it in. Eagles also on defense forced a fumble. C.J. Gardner-Johnson ejected from the game for his second personal foul of the game. Don't know what he did wrong. Just a lot of. I feel like the refs are against us today.
I would love to actually know what CJGJ did to deserve to be disqualified, seeing as how the first person to foul involved with him getting punched in the face. And then Kenny Pickett goes around and is the most unaware sack of shit to ever be a quarterback and fumbles the ball. Thank God we recover it. And now we're going to have Gainwell run the ball into a wall for a whole yard. This is looking great for our team right now. Our defense can only be so good. This is insane. And now Pickett's like, oh, my arm hurts. Dude, your arm's like the size of, like, my arm when I was 10. How are you in the NFL? All right, Birds, step it up. Let's figure this out. They must be feeling bad for Washington's defense right now because that was another blatant pass interference, this time in the end zone. And they said, we can't call it. We can't call it. We've been calling way too many. But, I mean, they're just wrapping up A.J. Brown at this point. They're just like, hey, we can't let him touch the ball. Hug him, hug him, hug him. It's unreal. Great ball control this quarter. I'm seeing the numbers right now. 10 minutes, 32 seconds of time possession, which is impressive when your quarterback is a toddler walking around out there. At least his hand size is that of a toddler. But we're doing what we got to do here, Birds. Let's keep it up. Keep winning this game. Third quarter's winding down. Let's put up another touchdown. Let's go up 30-something to 14 and win this game. Come on, Birds. Well, Kenny Pickett is blind as a bat, takes a huge sack and loss of yardage because he's absolute moron, garbage, junk, dog shit, doesn't belong in the NFL. But luckily, Jake Elliott's in there to score the points. Birds, I still believe in you, even if you've got the worst excuse for a quarterback in the entire league. And yes, at this point, I would literally take an injured Dak Prescott over Kenny Pickett. It's unreal how bad this guy is. How is he in the NFL? I won't stop harping on this. Howie Roseman, all of your great decisions are being questioned right now because of this one horrendous decision. Get rid of him. I don't care if you just have to drop, leave him in D.C. Don't even bring him home. I don't need anything for him. It's so bad.
The amount of penalties that should have been called in this last Eagles drive is ridiculous. The refs are clearly trying to keep Washington in this game. Lattimore holds AJ down on every single possession. And all the Eagles can do now at this point is run the ball because Kenny Pickett seems to have an elbow injury. Haven't really thrown the ball too much with him.
I keep hearing the commentators saying how, Washington should feel like this is a win because of how close the game is. If you are any human with any feeling towards sports and knowledge of an NFL, and you give any team any credit for being close in a game where they're losing to a team with arguably the worst excuse for a quarterback in the league, you clearly have no respect for that team. I'm sorry, you're not... You're still in the game within 13 points. It should feel like a win. No, it shouldn't. You're playing against Kenny Pickett. You should be so ashamed of yourself. That's an absolute disgrace. Either way, go Birds. I, honest to God, cannot stand Kenny Pickett. He is absolutely the worst excuse of an NFL player to ever grace the NFL during my entire life as a fan. It is unreal just how bad he is, and yet is somehow allowed to be in the league. Dog shit is not a big enough descriptor of how bad this guy is. Get him off the field. He should not play. It'd be better to have Jake Elliott as our quarterback. Honest to goodness, he's so bad. Get him off the field. Do not allow him back on, period.
I'm Jordan.
Well, Washington makes it a game, taking the lead by 1 point. The defense has deteriorated here in the second half. A lot of injuries, people dropping like flies. Maybe just because it's too cold out. But we are missing Jordan Davis. We just got Josh Sweat back into the game. I have no words for what this defense has allowed this offense to do today. But we expected a hard game because Washington's playing for something today. Let's see how they finish out this game.
This game has gotten so out of hand since all of our, between the injuries, the disqualification of CJ the just ridiculousness that it is. Our offense looks abysmal because we have a joke at quarterback, and I won't stop harping on it. I don't care. It's so bad. It's so unrealistically bad. Now our defense is just exhausted because they're constantly being asked to make up for the absolute disgusting failures of our offense. And by our offense, I mean by Kenny Pickett. And yes, I'm 100% blaming him because our offense has been absolutely one of the top in the NFL with Hurts. And right now, I'm mad at Sirianni. I'm mad at Howie. I'm mad at whatever the stupid what's-his-face, whose name is, his face is blank to me, our offensive coordinator, who decided, they're all letting Pickett play. He doesn't belong in the NFL, guys. He honestly doesn't. You could grab a fan out of the stands. You could probably grab a Washington fan out of the stands, and they would play better than Kenny Pickett. He's just not good. And it's costing our team so much right now. Unreal that we are losing this game. I also love the lack, they feel bad because they're calling penalties in some areas, and they just stop calling them when they need to be called. It's unreal. Absolutely wide open, easy out route to A.J. Brown, and Kenny Pickett says, first off, I'm going to hold it, I'm going to throw it late, I'm going to throw a fucking dog shit pass that's almost impossible for you to catch, because I don't know how to play football, and I do not belong in the NFL, let alone college. This is horrendous. This is a terrible excuse for a team right now with him at quarterback. Somebody take him out. Anybody else can play quarterback. I'm literally running out of words. I'm repeating myself so much. The horrendous lack of accuracy, the lack of good judgment. It's the lack of awareness. It's honestly mind-boggling to see how poor of a performer Pickett is. How does anyone that bad even play college football, even FCS college football. This is unreal to watch right now.
Well, Jake Elliott makes a 50-yard field goal. Eagles retake the lead, leaving the game in the defense's hands. Can this defense stop Jaden Daniels one more time to put this game away?
Jake Elliott, you are beautiful, and I love you. Our team is making the worst plays ever. We have the worst quarterback in the league who doesn't belong in the NFL. And honestly, I'm shocked because my understanding is if a quarterback gives themselves up for a slide, you're not allowed to make contact with them if you're not already in mid-flight. The player clearly lowers his body, continues to make contact, with head or not, continues to hit him. If it's Mahomes, that's a penalty. Guaranteed that's a penalty. And the commentators immediately jumping to defend the Washington Commanders clearly are biased because if that, I guarantee you, again, if that's Mahomes, the commentators are going instantly, that's penalty, that's personal foul, you're risking hurting somebody, that's ejection worthy, because that's how the game is. It's unreal, the amount of plays that have been gone like this. I mean, the initial hit on Hurts is very clearly a head-to-head. The penalties for CJGJ for talking, for bad words. What happened to the NFL right now? This game feels so messed up, and then somehow we have the worst quarterback in the world on our team. I'm furious, even though we are now winning again. Our defense needs to do something miraculous right now. Let's go, Birds. I am at a loss for words seeing Devontae Smith drop that pass. A minute 58 left of the game. We're up 33-28 after Jake Elliott makes a field goal to take us up by 5. This is the most difficult game to support and watch right now. This is just an Eagles' worst nightmare. We'll figure this out. Birds, let's get this done, please. Defense, we've been asking a lot of you. You've done so much for us, and our offense has pissed this away on you. Please, let's win this game. Imagine being this excited to beat a backup quarterback by the wire. It's honestly kind of funny. Like the fact that we had Kenny Pickett play most of this game and that they're just at the final second getting away with it because of our poor defensive play at the last second. Even though they have a definite false start there, now that I'm rewatching it. Definite false start. He's definitely early. That's crazy that they don't call that stuff. I mean, they really have been kind of giving Washington. And people, Washington had so many penalties. Washington got away with murder today. But either way, be happy. You beat a backup. Nice job, boys. He pissed us off even more. Thank you. Now we're going to come into the playoffs ready to kill everybody. So you just signed your death warrant. Let's go, Birds. Mike, for you calling the game going Washington's favor, I hate you for it because clearly you wished ill luck upon us. You wished so much ill luck that Hurts got hurt, CJGJ got ejected, and then Kenny Pickett, the worst excuse for a person to ever play football on this planet, got in and led us to fucking trash. So thanks for that one. Eagles defense, you started off hot. Understandably, you get tired having to go up against such a long string of garbage when you have such a trash quarterback that's misleading your offense with his horrific positioning, his horrific placement of balls, his terrible lack of arm. It's so bad that our defense is just getting eaten alive. The no calls for the false starts, no calls for the holding. But you know what? It is what it is. We lost the game. It happens. Next two are wins. We go into the playoffs. Yes, we don't get the bye, but we're going to come in hot and hungry. Maybe we won't have to play. I feel like we're going to have to play two teams every game from now on. The refs definitely seem to be calling the plays when they needed to and not calling the plays when they didn't need to. But we'll see how it goes. Birds, let's see some victories in the future. Rest of the year, we got this. If we were going to lose a game at all, it was going to be this one. It was a joke of a loss, but we got this moving forward. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Well, Eagles fans, the Washington Commanders end up beating our Philadelphia Eagles. And what was a sloppy game as far as not capitalizing on turnovers. You forced Washington to commit 4 turnovers, and you still weren't able to win the game. Granted, we had a lot of injuries. We had a lot of plays negated because of penalty. 12 men on the field. But we created opportunities that we should have walked away from the game. The hit on Jalen, which knocked Jalen into concussion protocol, that should have been the penalty. There were so many other plays that should have been penalized to help the Eagles out. Had we played a crisper game, or maybe if we have Jalen in the whole game, we might have a different outcome. But my one word of the day is sloppy. There's a lot of things that they need to clean up. The coaching staff needs to better prepare this team for playoff caliber teams. Washington has clearly, with this win, is probably going to make it into the playoffs. So we'll probably see them again in that second round. We'll see. So my word of the day, like I said, is sloppy.
I've taken a while to think about my one word. My one word for this game is hurts. It hurts to see a complete implosion of your team. It hurts to see the fumbling of the game by calls, by weird, out of the context calls, by seeing your team handed to a player who shouldn't be on the field. It hurts to see a team that has been so good still score 30 points. And for the first time, I think, all year, let up, or at least close to it, over 30 points and lose a game. It hurts to be an Eagles fan. But no one gets to victory without bumps and bruises. There's a long-fought battle to win every championship. Wentz went down, and the Eagles rose behind Big Dick Nick to our first Super Bowl. And I don't believe Hurts is down for the count. So while this game hurts, and this day hurts, we will lick our wounds. We will take the breath we need, and we will come back with a vengeance. And I expect the media to trash us and write us off. But that won't hurt, because we have hurt, and we are stronger for it. The Birds will come back for victory at all costs. Let's go, Birds.